Today I bring you a review of a show that nobody has ever done before. Nobody's reviewed it, hardly anyone's seen it. Okay fine, it's Attack on Titan. But before we start, let's take a look at this limited edition. So this is the second box set for Attack on Titan. This contains episodes 13 to 25. And as well as the Blu-ray, you also get a few extras. So let's start with the Eren Keychain sort of thing. So you hook that on. And cool thing about this is you can kind of switch around the head so he's angry there. You can now finally see what Eren looks like when he's smiling, which he doesn't really do in the show that much. As well as this, you have this. It's one of those 3D sort of images when you look at it from different angles. It kind of tat. I doubt you're ever going to really make much use of this, but it's here. And then something really cool, which are the flags. They are the flags of the walls in Attack on Titan. So great designs there. You can loop them through with a string or some sort of bar there or something. Probably the most valuable thing in there, if it wasn't for what is inside here. Now I'm not even talking about the discs. I'm talking about this small booklet here called Notes Beyond the Wall. The first collection had one as well, but this is part 2. So here you can see interviews from I think that's a voice actor, I think there's one from the original author, character profiles, then the 4 coma of it as well, which is a short comedy skit, really cool, and some high quality screens there as well. It's a really cool part of the set. And then you have the lists themselves, pretty good art on them, and honestly I think this is a set that's worth your money, really. But without further ado, I present the anime review of Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is an action thriller series based on a manga by Hajime Isayama. The anime, however, was produced by Wit Studio, a subsidiary of Production IG, known for their work on HAL, Hoozuki no Reitetsu, and The Rolling Girls. Attack on Titan has gained a mainstream following within the past years, and that's something pretty damn amazing. People who hadn't dared touch anime have become engrossed in this new series. But what's more interesting is that this happened even in the West. Even if it ended up contributing to the worst headline I have ever seen, stating Attack on Titan is the Game of Thrones of anime, it's still a milestone for the Western acceptance of Japanese animation. But whether it holds up as a show rather than a product is a whole other story. As you're probably aware, Attack on Titan follows Eren, Mikasa, and Armin, a group of children living in a world surrounded by towering walls. But when the Titans attack, they must escape and get revenge. Several years later, they join the recon troops and seek to defeat all of the Titans. Although the issue is that whilst the world opens up with a premise of fear and survival, it quickly turns around and becomes one of, as the title suggests, attacking the Titans and doing a really shit job of it. The show is capable of surviving and even excelling on both fronts, but only one ties into the premise in a way that upholds the tone presented in those fantastic starting episodes. And that's a premise that doesn't seem to exist past the halfway point. But that's one deviation, and it's certainly a permanent deviation as the show quickly turns from dark thriller to more of an action series, as the recon troops find they have a real chance. Due to that thing that happens, which people will probably complain at me if I spoil, even though every single one of you have already seen the show already, haven't you? Though action is certainly where Attack on Titan seems most comfortable. Titan gained its Western popularity because of the grand Hollywood-esque spectacle, and Wit Studio's high art and animation quality is certainly a large reason for this. Using the 3-dimensional maneuver gear, something that has become iconic of the series, we watch as these intense over-the-top fights play out, where even the sky isn't the limit. But it's just that that this isn't something consistent and the pacing can get pretty damn shoddy at parts, and it seems all of the exciting and important scenes are crammed into about a third of the series. In the other 2/3 we get either lead up episodes where more intense moments are heavily implied, or we get some attempt at character development which ends up leading nowhere and rarely features a climax within itself. It just feels like the show doesn't know its own merits, and in its attempt to build a deep plot and build impact, it ends up spending far too much time on singular battles and then diving straight into scenes with characters sitting around talking about nothing immediately after. And this is all because of the lack of any streamlined premise. Yes, he's trying to get back to his basement where his dad left something for him, but that is something very rarely mentioned or acted upon throughout the entire show, and it all ends up just boiling down to, let's try and kill all the Titans. And that's about it. Attack on Titan isn't great, but it isn't even close to bad either. It's just a really exciting show that struggles to do much else. It exists within the realm of being a good show, but lacks the certain elements that make it stand out from your typical Hollywood action blockbuster. It holds the cool factor within its hands, but ultimately fails in trying to explain its world or deliver any sort of plot with any impact outside of a couple of key scenes. Thankfully, the cool factor is enough to provide an entertaining show that will keep you hooked all the way through its 25 episode run, something that some shows completely fail at. Obviously, since you've already probably seen Attack on Titan, I would recommend it as a gateway anime for friends or family. You may want to pitch your favourite shows, but let's be honest here, Attack on Titan works. You can purchase the 2 parts of the first season of Attack on Titan from Madman Entertainment, and you can stream it on AnimeLab for free. Thanks for watching the Canipa Effect. These videos are a part of my new weekly schedule that I hope to uphold as long as I can. Next week will be a review of Gatchaman Crowds.